Hi, I'm Stuart Wicker, the head coach here at the Marconi Tennis Academy in Bosley Park, New South Wales. So today we're going to be looking at how to hit a double-handed backhand. So I've got Gabriel, one of our coaches here at the Marconi Tennis Academy, and we're going to go through the grips, the stance, the balance, and the preparation and the swing technique to be able to hit a very efficient and controlled double-handed backhand. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the grip. Gabriel is right-handed, so we're going to get the racket in his right hand, and we're going to use a continental grip for our double-handed backhand. So with the right hand, and the best way to find the continental grip is to hold the racket in this position and get the index knuckle on the right side on the corner bevel. So another way to find the grip is open your hand up like this for me, Gabriel, is the fleshy bit between your thumb and your index finger, get that directly on top. So finger up the back of the racket a little bit, 1 finger distance gap just here. So it's like a squirt bottle. So that's how we're going to hold the continental grip for the right-hander. And with our left hand, we're going to hold the grip in what's called an Eastern forehand for a left-handed player. So with his left hand, we're going to use this bottom of the thumb knuckle on the top plane or bevel of the racket. So, and when we hold the racket, we want to make sure that, hold the racket for me, we're going to make sure that we don't overlap the fingers, but we keep the fingers, the hands just touching. So pull it apart for me, so like this. So that's a no, we don't want the grip like this, and put your fingers overlapping. So yep, and we don't want it like that. So we want them just slightly separated. So separate your hands for me, okay? And so they can just be touching, all right? So the Eastern left-handed grip for the left hand, thumb knuckle on top, continental grip, the index knuckle on the right bevel for the right hand. Okay, so that's the grip that we're going to be using for the double-handed backhand. Okay, let's get into a ready position to receive a backhand. So the ball is going to be coming on the left-hand side of Gabriel for his backhand. He's a right-handed player. If you're left-handed, backhand will be on that side. All right, so stand in a ready position for us, Gabriel. Wide stance. We looked at the stability and the balance and the wide athletic stance in the first video for the forehand ground stroke. So if you want to learn a little bit more about balance, athletic posture, watch the first video on how to hit a forehand ground stroke. All right, so feet just side of the shoulders. Let's get down a little bit lower. Okay, and this is how we're going to be preparing to receive a double-handed backhand. So the racket is slightly above the wrist, because when we turn, we want to turn with the racket unit turn is the shoulders and the racket turn at the same time. So let's do that, Gabriel, turn at the same time, okay, for the oncoming ball. And the grip, continental and the Eastern forehand. And what we're going to be doing is stepping forward with the right foot, and the racket's in the perfect position now to swing through to hit a backhand. So we want to be making contact with the ball out in front of us. So we'll use our eye coach to help us for where the ball is. Okay, and we're going to use our legs to go down. And as we swing through, we bring the butt of the racket forward. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a kink in our wrist. So at the moment, Gabriel's wrist is pretty straight, but as we come in, we're going to drop the racket to create a kink, bend in our wrist, to drop the racket head below the wrist and below the ball, to then come in and make contact with the ball. Now, what's really important is that a lot of people think that they're using their right hand to drive through the ball to hit a double-handed backhand. That's not true. Take your right hand off the racket for me. Open up your hand on your left hand. Okay, if we have a look at the left hand behind the racket, the most stable part of Gabriel's hand is the palm. So when he's holding here with the Eastern forehand, we're going to be driving through with our left hand. Our right hand is just going to come along for the ride. So put your right hand back on it. So as we come in, we're going to come through and we're going to drive through with that left hand, and we're going to finish up here to swing one. We did this in the first video for how to hit a forehand. The only reason why you follow through is to prepare yourself for the next ball that's coming back. Because we're just doing training and demonstrating how to hit a double-handed backhand, we don't need to follow through at the moment. So racket back for us again, Gabriel. Okay, swing through, stop the racket on the ball. okay, and take your right hand off the racket, drive through, and if you look at the flight path of the racket, it's going to come from low and it's going to travel up through the ball. And put your right hand back on the racket, and we're going to get to this position. We're going to call this swing 1. Swing 2 would be over your shoulder and step around with your left foot. All right, and then back to ready position. All right, so let's do a couple of practice shots. All right, so stand in ready position, facing forward. And in the first video for the how to hit a forehand, we would on our toes and we did a split step and then we move. So the timing of the split step is when your opponent's just about to make contact with the ball. So let's do that. Gabriel, do a split step and then turn, unit turn, come forward and then make contact, drive through with your left hand, follow up. Let's do swing 1 and just stop with the balance. So your balance is key. When people are learning how to hit any shot in tennis, they try to hit the ball with no consideration for their balance. You need to have consideration for your balance before anything else. So on your toes, Gabriel. Okay, come and do swing 1 for me and stop with the racket out in front. So if you can practice doing this about half a dozen times without falling or losing your balance, then we can go to step 2, which is the swing over your shoulder. Swing 2 to step over your shoulder. All right, so jump back there. All right, on your toes, Gabriel. Okay, split step. Okay, come forward, make contact, and step through. All right, very good. Okay, let's hit some live tennis balls. All right, Gabriel, jump in the ready position for us. Split step, unit turn. We're not gonna hit a ball yet. Swing through, stop, and follow up over your shoulder for me and freeze. Okay, so split step, unit turn, step through, make contact with the ball. Here, follow up over your shoulder and freeze. Okay, don't move. Okay, what we want is we want to make sure that this right arm comes out to the side and finishes in this position. We don't want to be finishing like this. We want to be finishing with the right arm out parallel to the net. All right, so ready position for us, Gabriel. And what I want you to do is hit the first ball back to me. So nice, lift the ball back to me nice and carefully, and I'm going to catch the ball. Here we go. So eyes on ball. Good, and freeze for me, and let's have a look where that right elbow is pointing. All right, perfect. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, great job. Let's do swing 1. Don't follow through over your shoulder. Just keep the racket out in front, and let's see if you can keep your balance. Okay, show me that one. Perfect. Let's do that 2 more times. Okay, use your breathing technique to track the ball with your eyes. Okay, let's do swing 2. So follow through right over your shoulder and prepare for the next ball. Go, and then step around, and then next ball. Don't forget to always step around. Okay, one more time for me, and step around. I want to show you something. Okay, pro level players will be very dominant with their outside foot. So if you can be dominant in the way you step through, it's a high level way of hitting your backhand, because stepping through with a dominant left foot creates incredible balance. All right, so let's go and step around and be a little bit more dominant with that outside left foot. Yeah, good. Okay, great job. So jump on the baseline for me. All right, Gabriel, we're going to do a controlled rally. I'm going to feed the ball to your backhand, and you're going to hit the first ball to me. I'll volley it back to your backhand, get into position, and drive the ball over the net for me. Use your breathing out. Make sure you keep the racket head up above your wrist on your unit turn, and let's see you use your legs a little bit more from low to high. All right, here we go. So first ball back to me. Okay, good, recover. Let's get a crossover step on that recover. So here we go, hit it. Let's get a crossover step. Great job. Crossover step is going to get you back to the middle as quick as. All right, crossover for me. Let's see that recover. Great job. One more time. Okay, well done. Let's do that in slow motion. Let's have a look what the ball looks, what you look like as the ball's coming towards you, Gabriel. So unit turn, stop. Okay, so we want the racket head to drop, and we want to create that kink in our wrist, and then we're going to drive up with our left hand. All right, excellent. Elbow in the right spot. Well done. Okay, and a recover. All right, let's progress now to a rally at the net and we'll see what you look like. All right, Gabriel, we're going to do a rally now from the net. I'm going to be at the net. Keep all the balls back to me. Nice little brush up on the ball. Make sure you're doing a split step as I'm making contact with the ball so you can prepare nice and early for the shot. Use your breathing out for tracking, your association to help you track the ball a little bit better. All right, here we go. Good pick up, Gabriel. Okay, don't forget the split steps. Here we go, keep going, buddy. Come on. Keep going, Gabriel. Let's go. Oh, couple more. Here we go. Just out, Gabriel. One more, here we go. Couple more. All right, Gabriel, we're going to be doing a rally from service line to service line. We're going to be aiming for, there's the ball there you're going to be aiming for, and I'm going to be aiming for your ball on your side. Make sure we get a bit of a recovery after each shot and we breathe out, use our association. All right, good footwork. Here we go. So let's do it. Keep going. Keep going, let's go. Breathe it out. Okay, stick those eyes on the ball. Okay, weight transfer on the shot. Keep going. Oh, come on, Gabriel, let's go. Good brush up the ball. All right, let's see who can hit the ball. Come on. I think I'm going to hit your ball. Here we go. Keep going, Gabriel. This is it, I'm going to hit your ball. All right, well done. Great rallying. All right, Gabriel, let's do baseline to baseline rally, backhand to backhand. All right, don't forget jump squat or split step as I'm making contact with the ball for early preparation. And to help with your eye tracking, let's get our breathing out or grunting as we're making contact with the ball. Let's aim for 20 rallies. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, keep going. 10, let's go. 20 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go. Keep going. Jump squat. Good, good brush up on the ball. Keep going. Oh, last time, Gabriel. Let's get our 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice shot. Well done.